To this, we have Chris Kehinde-Nwandu, an online journalist and blogger, joining us right now. Chris, good morning.
Good morning.
Yeah, good morning. Really good to see you.
Thank you very much.
All right. Now, let's start with the Punch newspaper now. We have federal government may allow marketers to sell petrol above 145 naira, and government declares 18-month emergency period to address supply problems. Now, one would say this is...
At last.
At last. It has come now to the
veil
fore.
has been removed.
Exactly. This was a plan all along to increase pump price.
This is where we've been heading to, and probably we are there now.
But we came in through the back door.
Definitely. Probably they tried to sneak it in. Probably didn't work. But from the analysis, the Minister for State Petroleum made yesterday at the Senate hearing, when you go through the templates he gave, it's obvious that there's no way we can run with the current price. From the template he gave, the landing cost of petroleum in Nigeria is about 175 now. Okay, that's about 30 naira.
But why the dishonesty? They kept insisting for so long that there was no plan to increase pump price of petrol. Well,
the whole bulk still lies on the doorstep of the NNPC, I would say, because as I said some time ago, they'll be playing the ostrich that buried his head on the sand, while the whole body is just probably exposed. And we've been saying this all this while that they'll be having serious shortfalls in supply, and for about 2 months. The marketers were shouting and shouting that they weren't getting enough supply as expected. But the GMD of NNPC has been going, oh, we have more than enough, we have more than. So now it has happened. And also just prior to that, you realize that the marketers stopped importing. They stopped importing. That is why we had the problem. It wasn't that anybody was hurt. There was no hoarding this time around. They stopped importing because
there was a shortfall.
There was a shortfall. Yes, there was serious shortfall. So where you put, when they look at average, and look at the landing cost for them and what they're going to sell, because there's a peg price for fuel. So you realize that they saw that that was not going to be possible, so they stopped importing. So everything was now left at the doorstep of NNPC. So
it's all right. We have pictures from the customs warehouse. Fire consumes 20 seized vehicles in Lagos Customs warehouse, and the pictures are there. This is double tragedy.
Double tragedy.
Double
yes, for dead body. Yes, it is. It's very, very sad. And it's at this time of the year, it's always like that. There's always we used to always have high incidents of fire incidents, because of the Harmattan period. You know, anything, any little thing, you just see flare up and rest of them. The one I've not seen so much towards the end of last year was that of markets. If you realize, normally when it gets to December, we'll see a lot of markets. I think that
this time around, we didn't have too much of that.
Okay.
Yes. Well, we have this interesting story. Troops rescue another Chibok schoolgirl in Borno State. The news filtered in yesterday.
Yes, yes. The military authorities in Borno were able to pick up one of the girls, and it's a very good news. And that shows that some of these girls are still alive, contrary to what some people believe. Somebody must have kept them somewhere, and the earlier they release them, the better for every one of us.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, so we'll quickly go to the Nation newspaper. The major story is on the possibility of increasing price of petrol, so we'll just leave that. And then the story under it, killings planned, say Benue leaders. 3 die in fresh attack. Fulani group rejects anti-open grazing law.
You can see how sober I've become. The happening in Benue State in the past few days is becoming very, very worrisome. Not that it has not been happening in the past, but what we are seeing, especially the pictures that is coming out of these things, is very worrisome, where people are butchered like cows and animals and the rest of them. And the president, and I always say that, the president has to come out firmly on this, because
all the opportunities he has, he never mentions it.
He never talked about it in his New Year broadcast. He never said anything about it. This one that happened, they just brought
because
out
on that day he mentioned Boko Haram.
Yes.
He talked about kidnapping, but he didn't talk about herdsmen.
Herdsmen attack.
It wasn't seen as a problem.
And report has that in this past 1 or 2 years, Fulani herdsmen have killed more people than Boko Haram.
Absolutely.
All put together.
The official
Well,
statistics.
the twist there is that they are herdsmen. Not all of them are confirmed to be Fulani, so it is safer to say herdsmen.
Well, I don't even call them herdsmen any longer. I call them militiamen. That is,
exactly.
I call them
herdsmen in the first
I think we
place.
should just try to put them in the context.
Mm-hmm.
When you say herdsmen, the herdsmen I know when I was growing up, just the one that carry small dagger and the
other
stick and the
with
stick
the,
and they walk
the
around
cows,
and we all lived in peace.
Friends with
very,
everyone.
very friendly.
So
if you,
bring fura and nunu to everybody.
I just wanted to say the fura, I never knew you had a taste of it. They will give you. We had so much for all of us, you know. Some kids, when we were kids, we even follow the cows to a large extent and the rest of them. Yes, there'll be issues of grazing here and there, but I don't believe that these guys are just Fulani herdsmen.
All right, so
I believe they are just more than that, and that should be nipped in the bud, because if it's not, within the next few months, something terrible may happen.
There could be a higher agenda behind it. All right, another story here, which of course is cherry news to the government. Oil price hits 2-year high at $68.
Yeah. Well,
no excuses anymore.
Yes, no excuses. But the flip side of it is that why is it hitting the high? It's hitting a high there. The prices for petroleum will also
exactly.
So it's positive,
so it's positive and negative.
For us.
So for me, I don't see there's nothing to celebrate because the ripple effect will also affect us over here. But it's good news. That means the government will have so much money, more money to spend and to splash and to share among the riches.
Translate really
into we shouldn't just be hearing. It should be able to translate into infrastructural development and also societal development for the country and the people.
Okay, so quickly now, football. Mohamed Salah crowned the best in Africa, and of course our own Azizat Oshola, female footballer.
I don't think there's another person that deserves that award.
Exactly.
The guy has performed. If you see what he has done, apart from playing very well for Liverpool, he single-handedly took Egypt to the World Cup for the first time in about 16 years. Yeah. He has done marvelous.
Okay.
So he deserves
well, federal government, let's go to Daily Sun now. Federal government proposes 2 fuel prices. Want NMPC independent marketer to sell at different prices. Says operations of refineries will end crisis next year. Everyone is waiting for the almighty Dangote refinery.
Well, then there was a promise by the minister that our refineries are supposed to start at least performing.
I don't believe that. Let's even look at the prices. We've always had 2 prices. I don't know what they're talking about, 2 prices. If you go to NMPC, it's supposed to be a different price from the independent marketers. That has been on for years.
Even for multiple prices.
Yes,
it depends on the region. If you go to the north, different
we
prices.
are even talking officially. Okay, they said that, NMPC will be selling at about 143 or thereabout. Then other ones will be selling, the independent marketers agreed to that. So they have always been. Well, the problem is availability of these products. It's the availability. And if we look at what we have presently, we don't have enough. Then the refineries are working. The one in Warri, the one in Kaduna is practically gone. The one in Port Harcourt practically collapsed. And the government promised us during the campaign that within a few months that they will get that fixed. But
we're still here within a few months.
We're still waiting.
All right. We'll connect ECOWAS, Nigerian cities with rail. Buhari is saying that. And the jubilation in Chibok as soldiers rescue another kidnapped schoolgirl. Police go after Badu clients, parade shrine head. Well, these are some of the stories on the Daily Sun. We need to round off. Well, maybe you have to run through that.
Okay, quickly, this day newspaper, other stories not such. Troops rescue another Chibok girl in Polka. Herdsmen continue rampage. Kill one in Benue, woman in Ondo. Tension mounts in Nasarawa over migrating herders. We must remain united against violence, says Senate President Bukola Saraki. Slow down in treasury bills issuance to hurt banks' profits. Those are the major stories on the front page of course. PDP asks Amechi to resign as minister over his appointment as Buhari's campaign director.
Politics.
So, 2018 is going to be interesting with politics. We're back at it again. Well, Chris Kende Wandu, online journalist, thank you for coming.